Hello, Sacred Heart preschool teachers. Hope you're all doing well. I'm going to make this a short, sweet video so that you can get to work on finishing the last part of this book study training. But I did want to say hi and thank you again for your great responses to the book studies. Especially under the circumstances, I was really impressed with what you were able to do. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. It's just such a different kind of time, and it's very strange for me to communicate with you this way. So I just want to acknowledge that. I hope you're all doing well, and by now you may even be seeing children. So my gosh, I'm thinking of you. You're right down the road from me physically, so I think about you anyway. Every time I pass by the campus when I'm out and about. Okay, so I wanted to hold up this More Than the ABCs document. Let's see there. There you go. So that's the document I'm speaking to you about. This would have been done in person, but as I mentioned in the letter that you've received from me about how the trainings will go now, you will do this in your teams, and you can all submit the exact same video or flyer or whatever you end up creating, but each of you still needs to submit in order for me to give you credit. So you will submit this document with the video link or whatever you decide to do to satisfy the training requirement. And it's okay for team members to submit the same thing, but each team member still has to submit something in order for me to give you TRIS credit. I know it doesn't make sense to me, but it is the requirement for TRIS credit, and we want to make sure you're taken care of. I take that part of my role with you pretty seriously because I know it's a requirement of your employment. So, all right, so if you did the More Than the ABC book study, this video is for you, and you may want to go back over that book a little bit and review. It's been a while since you guys submitted those. But in the book, in the chapters that I had you read, there are several categories: book handling behaviors, sharing books, looking and recognition, picture and story comprehension, story reading behaviors, and creating a book nook. And for each one of those, if you can, as a team, decide how you'd like to represent those from your classroom. And together, you can either create a flyer about each one of those, not about each one of those things, but a flyer that describes those items. And with photographs, you could do a video series where you're actually videotaping the examples of yourselves doing some of these things with kids, which I think would be great. Photographs, certainly, of the book nook. That could just be photographs. So however you decide as a team is the best way to share the information. But keep in mind that what we wanted to do this year was to document for use with new teachers, our parents, and ourselves. What are we doing in these areas already based on all of this training that you've received for so many years in some cases? So once you look at all of those areas, you can use the descriptions in the book. That's okay, because we can cite the book when we share it publicly with parents or new teachers. And make sure that each one of those items is described and defined and then represented somehow with photographs or a videotape, whatever you guys decide to do. So as long as you've covered those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 categories, you're just fine. And I would go ahead and even label them as such, just as long as you define it in a few sentences and then document some examples of it. I hope that's clear enough for you. You can just include any kind of video links in this document when you submit it, or you can insert photographs. Again, be as creative and enjoy it, and do whatever you feel would best represent your practices in these areas. All right, I hope that's helpful enough. Please let me know if not, because I can definitely get on a Zoom conversation with you and talk it through a little bit more if you want to. We're just trying to make it as simple and easy for you to complete this process as possible. All right. Hugs from a distance. Bye.